And if there are any Republican legislature here, please join us on the side.
Feedback.
I know your dad.
If there are any Republican legislator or elected officials here, please join us on the side. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Oops, people are getting ready. Yep, I'll give you a few minutes. There's some feedback here. We can adjust that. So for those of you that are wondering, this is the press conference for Connecticut Black Republicans and Conservatives. And we will be done in about 20 minutes. And then the MLK celebration will get started. So we're just waiting for other press to get cameras and everything set up. We good? Okay. So welcome on this Monday morning, January 20th, 2014. I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us. My name is Regina Roundtree, and I am the founder of Connecticut Black Republicans and Conservatives. A little bit of history on how this organization came to be, and what we intend to do going forward. It started with a passion that I had for working in my community. I have done that for the past 15 years. It just so happened that I wrote a grant for teen pregnancy prevention in Hartford. I don't know if you remember that in 2010. They won $4.5 million from the CDC. I was the agency that wrote that. And over the next year and a half after that grant was awarded, there were a lot of problems with the money actually coming down into the community. And I was very concerned, and so I started reaching out to the people that were in leadership within the city, and I couldn't get anybody to listen or to help or to be concerned that there were $900,000 a year coming into that city, and we couldn't see the programs, we couldn't see the work. It required that you reached 800 kids every year, but nothing was really happening. And that's when I realized that I really needed to do something. And so as I sat back and looked at the situation, I realized that it was a one-party town. Now, I've always been a Democrat ever since I first registered to, Democrat, oh my. Okay, don't shoot me for that one. I have always been a Republican since the first time I registered to vote back in the late 1990s. And what I realized is that it was a one-party town. There wasn't a balance of power within the inner city. And as I looked around at other inner cities across our state that were suffering through economic decline, I realized that it was a one-party system. And how could we bring accountability to those communities if there wasn't a balance of power? And that's when I started thinking about how do we reach out to our urban communities? At that time, good timing, the Growth and Opportunity Report came out from the Republican National Committee. And I realized that here is an idea. Here's some platforms and strategies that could be synthesized at the local level to really reach out to the urban communities. And so that's what I started to do. And I will say that it's very hard to find Republicans of color in Connecticut. It's like an underground railroad. I would go and talk to someone, and they would be, oh, I know a Black Republican in that town over there. Why don't you call that person? And so I would call that person, or I would go over there and I would meet another Republican of color. And so standing behind me, you see a few of them that could make it today. There are many more, so I don't want you to think that this is it. There are quite a few of us in the state, and I think by forming this organization and putting it together, what I've been able to do is get the party excited about the opportunity to reach out to the urban community. And so the strategies for us are really about grassroots and about policy and about the people. Those are the most important things to us. And so as we move along across the state and as we build relationships within the urban communities, with our legislature, we're having the conversation about, we have some great messages, we have great strategies, we have great policy, but how is that being synthesized to the urban community? Are they really understanding? You know, and to the legislature, when we say, okay, it's taxes or it's property tax, think about the urban communities and that many of them are renters. And so how do you bring your message of understanding fiscal conservatism? How do you bring the message of limited government in a way that those in the urban community can understand it? And what do we do to encourage residents who do embrace our policies and who do understand them but feel that there's no support? And so by forming this organization, what we've been able to do is come up with a way to do outreach at the grassroots level, to look for and recruit people, residents in the urban communities to be part of the party, to work together with their community to bring a balance and accountability. And I am so grateful for all the support that I have received from everyone that I have talked to.